What's up, YouTube? I'm Ace Palomero, South Texas Realtor, proud son of the Rio Grande Valley, and someone who opposes central banking digital currencies. Today's topic is inflation, and the main topic of it is the December 2023 Consumer Price Index Report, or CPI report. So let's get this rolling. Quick crash course though, just in case you did not know what inflation is, it is basically the increase of the cost of goods and services over time, or the decrease in the regular person's, or anybody's really, purchasing power over time. That's the reason why everything is so expensive compared to, say, 5 years ago. In case you didn't know, increase in wages is also a contributor to the increase of inflation. The CPI, or Consumer Price Index, is a way to measure inflation. Basically, it's an imaginary basket of goods, and it represents what the typical consumer will spend on necessities and everything else they need to maintain their lifestyle every single month. So if inflation, let's say for this month, January, shows up as 4%, then that means that compared to January last year, everything that the typical consumer pays to maintain their lifestyle, it's 4% higher compared to last year. Back to the December 2023 CPI report. So for the month of December, seasonally adjusted from the preceding month, which is November, all the items, the index for that increased by 0.3%. But for 12 months, before seasonal adjustment, it increased by 3.4%. In other words, for December 2023 compared to December 2022, the average consumer spent 3.4% more for their monthly expenses. Now, I'm going to put a link in the description below for the entirety of the CPI report, but just a couple of the highlights. So the three biggest contributors to that 3.4% 12-month increase before seasonal adjustment is transportation services at 9.7%, shelter at 6.2%, and food away from home at 5.2%. One of the biggest causes of today's inflationary environment is the amount, honestly ridiculous amount of money printing that happened in the past few years. So according to the Mises Institute, in the past couple of years, the Federal Reserve printed up to 80% of all bills in circulation. Now they're using the M1 money supply to calculate that 80%. So M1 money supply is basically a measure of all the money in circulation, including currency, demand deposits, and other liquid deposits, including savings deposits. It doesn't include bonds. I think M2 is a more, comprehensive measurement of the money supply, because it includes assets that are highly liquid but not usually used for cash. But yeah, even so, if you're looking at the M1 money supply, how much it increased, it basically increased by 5 times from April 2020 to April 2022. If you're looking at the M2 money supply, it's still a big increase if you're comparing the same time frame from April 2020 to April 2022, about 30%, give or take. Now, I hope this is self-explanatory, but in case it isn't, printing more money doesn't mean everybody has more money. It just makes the money that everybody has worth less. It's like a stock split. Yeah, you have more stocks, but each individual stock is worth less money. Now, I think that anybody who contributes to their community and to society at large should definitely be concerned with inflation. I mean, it's why everything is so expensive and keeps getting more expensive. It's why we millennials and Gen Zers, compared to those in Gen X or the baby boomers, it's why we struggle to buy our first house even. It's why I stopped going to Taco Rico, because the price of an order of breakfast tacos basically went up 100% in like 5 years. To further illustrate the effects of inflation in the local area here in the Rio Grande Valley, if we're looking at all the houses listed and sold in the GMAR MLS in the past 4 years, so from 2019 to 2023, let's look at December. So median house or median sale price for all the properties listed on the MLS for December 2023 was $225,000. If we go to December 2019, it's $159,000. So in 4 years, the median sale price of each house went up by 41.5%. I had mentioned in the beginning that I'm against CBDCs, or central bank digital currencies, and the reason why is because it's effectively the opposite of the entire point of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. What's so appealing about cryptocurrencies and their corresponding technology is their potential to decrease the amount of centralized power and centralized control. RJ from RJ Talks just posted a video this week. It's titled, "The Fed Changes Definition of Money in New Push for CBDCs." And I'm going to link that video as well as that report and his channel in the description below. But let me just read to you the most striking part of that report. And what stuck out to him, to RJ, and to me as well, is this part. The main economic attributes of a technically effective currency rest on 3 functions: as a unit of account, a store of value, and as a medium of exchange. Next paragraph. But there is a 4th function of money, as a means of social control. So, as somebody who values our God-given rights and freedoms guaranteed by this country's constitution, my first reaction to reading that was, what the hell? Now, the purpose of this video and this channel at large isn't to scare anybody. I just want people to be informed. This year, 2024, is an election year. And there's going to be a lot of creative reporting, if you will, especially on like the economy. It is a personal channel, though. I'm obviously going to give my opinion. Here's an opinion. Republicans, your boy failed to drain the swamp. Democrats, Bidenomics was a complete failure. And yes, Kamala Harris is obviously a diversity hire. Libertarians, you got to do more than just complain and come up with policies that will never work. Also, I think that Klaus Schwab and George Soros are like the devil in a human skin suit, and that many climate activists are saboteurs and agents of governments hostile to this nation. Yeah, that was my Alex Jones moment of the year. So if you found any of this informative or at least entertaining, like and subscribe.